I woke up inside my own coffin. And the worst part? I wasn't dead.
Hello? Is anyone out there?
My voice echoed against the wooden walls. No answer. Just the sound of my own panicked breathing.
Help me, please.
Then I heard it. A slow, wet scraping against the lid of the coffin. Like something was dragging its fingers across the wood.
You shouldn't be awake yet.
Who's there?
You're early, the ritual isn't ready.
The scraping stopped. Then,
But since you're here, let's begin.
No, get away from me.
the coffin lid creaked open. A pair of bloodshot eyes stared down at me. And then she smiled.
Don't worry, you won't remember a thing.
Her fingers wrapped around my throat. Cold. Too cold. Darkness swallowed me again.
What the hell was that?
My sheets were soaked with sweat. My heart pounded like a drum. But something was wrong.
You always scream like that.
Who's there?
She was sitting at the foot of my bed, the same woman from the coffin. Her smile hadn't changed.
You don't remember me, do you?
Get out of my house.
But I live here too.
She reached under the bed and pulled out a photo. A wedding photo, with me in it.
See, you just forgot again.
That's not possible.
The photo was real, the date was yesterday.
You always say that. Right before you try to run.
The bedroom door slammed shut behind me.
But you never make it far. Don't you look scared? Don't you love me anymore?
I don't even know you.
She sighed and stood up, the wedding dress she was wearing dragging across the floor, stained and rotting.
You said that last time too, and the time before.
What are you talking about?
She pointed to the wall. Dozens of photos hung there. All of us, smiling, happy. But in every one, my face looked wrong, like it wasn't really me.
You keep waking up, you keep forgetting, and then...
She took a step closer. The air turned icy.
We have to start over.
No, stay back.
She grabbed my wrist, her skin peeled away like wet paper, revealing something black and writhing beneath.
Shh, just close your eyes. It'll be easier this time.
The room dissolved into darkness.
Not again.
The bathroom mirror was shattered. Shards littered the floor, each reflecting a different version of me. Some older, some younger, all screaming.
You're getting worse.
A new voice. A different woman stood in the doorway, her mouth sewn shut with black thread.
Who are you? Where's the other?
There is no other. Just her. Just me. Just you.
She reached up and yanked the threads from her lips. Blood sprayed as she spoke, clearly for the first time.
You did this to us. Every time you wake up, you change us.
The walls began to bleed. The light bulb burst. In the darkness, 100 hands grabbed at me from all directions. The women's faces merged above me, their features softening into something almost merciful.
Finally, you understand.
The bathroom dissolved into white light. The last thing I heard was a steady, familiar beep, and for the first time in forever, I did. I wasn't supposed to open the door, but when you hear your dead wife's voice calling from the other side, what would you do?
Sarah?
Let me in, baby. It's so cold out here.
That was the first mistake. I should have known. Sarah's been dead for 3 years.
This isn't funny. Who the hell are you?
You don't recognize me? After everything we've been through?
The voice was perfect. The way she said my name, the little laugh she always did when she was nervous. But the thing standing outside my door wasn't Sarah.
Prove it. Tell me something only she would know.
You still sleep with the lights on ever since that night in the woods?
My blood turned to ice. Nobody knew about that. Nobody alive anyway.
What do you want?
I just want to come home. Open the door, sweetheart.
My hand hovered over the lock, one twist, and I'd see her face again. But then I heard it, the sound that made my stomach drop.
Tick, tick, tick.
Like a clock, like something winding down.
Sarah never made that sound.
Open the door.
The knocking started, soft at first, then louder, hard enough to shake the frame.
Get the hell away from my house.
Too late, I'm already inside.
The voice wasn't coming from the door anymore. It was right behind me.
Miss me?
I turned around, and that's when I saw it. The thing wearing Sarah's face.
What are you?
You invited me in. Now we're both stuck here?
The lights flickered, the walls started bleeding, and the last thing I heard before everything went black was that god-awful sound.
Tick, tick, tick.
When I woke up, I was somewhere else. Somewhere dark. And I wasn't alone.
Took you long enough.
A man sat across from me, his face half rotted.
Where am I?
Where do you think? You're one of us now.
He grinned, revealing rows of jagged teeth.
She collects us, one by one, and you just walked right into her trap.
How do I get out?
You don't.
The darkness shifted. Something moved in the shadows.
Did you really think you could leave?
Her voice echoed from every direction at once.
We're family now.
The man across from me started laughing, and then the screaming began.
Welcome to hell.
The walls closed in, the air turned thick, and the last thing I saw before the darkness swallowed me whole was her, smiling with too many teeth.
Forever and ever.
But here's the worst part. This isn't the end, because now you hear her too.
The end.
What will you do?
I know you can hear me.
The words slithered through my phone, a call from an unknown number, a voice that shouldn't exist.
How are you doing this?
You left the door open. Now I'm everywhere.
My screen flickered. The reflection in the glass wasn't mine. It was her, pale, hollow-eyed, grinning.
What do you want?
I want you to see what happens next.
The call dropped, the lights died, and then the knocking started. Not on the door.
Oh God.
It was inside the walls.
Closer now.
The air turned thick, like breathing through wet cloth. My skin prickled. Something was watching.
Get out of my head.
Too late. You let me in. Now I'm part of you.
My hands moved on their own. My fingers curled around a knife from the kitchen counter.
No, 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 no.
The blade pressed against my palm. Blood welled up. But I wasn't in control. She was.
Let's play a game.
The knife dragged across my skin, carving something. A word.
Say it. Say my name.
The pain was unbearable. The letters burned into my flesh.
Sarah.
The knife clattered to the floor, the lights surged back on, and for a second, I was alone.
Is it over?
Then the bathroom faucet turned on by itself.
Never.
The water ran red, and in the mirror behind me, a hand pressed against the glass from the other side.
Your turn to join me.
The reflection wasn't mine anymore. It was her, and she was reaching out.
Yeah.
I smashed the mirror, glass rained down, but the voice just laughed.
Broken things let me in easier.
The shards at my feet. They weren't reflecting the room. They were showing her world. A dark, twisted version of my house. And in every piece, she was closer.
What the hell is this?
Our new home.
The glass shifted. The shards moved, sliding together like a puzzle. And as they reformed, so did she.
Forever starts now.
The last thing I saw before the darkness took me was my own reflection, smiling back with her eyes.
Sweet dreams.
When I woke up, the house was different. The walls were wrong, the air tasted like rust, and outside the window, there was no street, no sky, just endless black.
Told you couldn't leave.
The half-rotted man was back, leaning against the doorway.
Where are we?
Where she keeps us.
He pointed down the hall. The door at the end was slightly open, and from inside,
She's waiting for you.
the floorboards creaked. Something was coming.
Time to meet the others.
The door swung wide, and what I saw inside,
Welcome home.
Sarah's face stretched too wide, her smile splitting at the edges. Behind her, shadows moved, dozens of them. People, or what was left of them, twisted into unnatural shapes, their mouths sewn shut with something dark and glistening.
We tried to warn you.
The half-rotted man stepped forward, his hollow eyes filled with something like pity.
There's gotta be a way out.
Oh, there is.
Her fingers brushed my cheek, cold as grave dirt.
But you won't like it.
The shadows surged forward, hands grabbed me, pulling me deeper into the room. The door slammed shut behind us, and as the darkness swallowed me whole, I realized the horrible truth.
Sure, just let it happen.
The last thing I heard before the screaming started was that awful, familiar sound.